Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Dario here with another options and play video update. Uh, very, very weak action in Techland today. On the flip side of that, actually very strong action in reopen, value, travel, transports, energy, financial land today. So, kind of like the haves and the have-nots. And while the Dow, S&P, the Russell, maybe not down, or some of those are up, but maybe not down much. The Qs are down significantly, and why that's important is because tech is disproportionately weighted in a lot of indices. I mean, like, the terms of market cap, these are some of the biggest companies, right? So what tech does really is going to impact just about everything. So even though, you might not be focused on tech at the moment, it's actually really worth paying attention to, because if tech starts to break, that could really weigh on a lot of other things too, and it could take down, broadly, like the averages with it. So for me, the Qs, and I talk about this pretty frequently, but I just think this is so it's so important to kind of just have everybody, like, on the same page, or everybody kind of like looking at the same thing, because then you kind of get an idea of what's like critical, right? Like, where are like the price points? Like, how is that going to impact my trades? How is that going to impact trades for the next week or 2 weeks, right? And we don't get together this week for our option session. We'll get together next week, but this is like such an important day that, I felt like I just wanted to highlight it, right? So the 20-day, it's the pink line. You can see over the course of the past 3-4 months how important this has been, right? Multiple times we've hit it, right? Hit it, huge bounce. Hit it, huge bounce. Hit it, bounce, 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 right? And now we are below it. We have closed below it here, but and actually here as well, but we haven't stayed below it basically more than a day on those instances. So tomorrow is going to be pivotal, right? If we don't bounce and if we start to continue lower, then that really is probably going to start to indicate that we might be breaking this really aggressive post-election uptrend, right? And if we do, well, to me, the first level is probably the 50-day. It seems to be like an obvious target, but then if things really start to escalate, there's definitely some room underneath the 50-day. With the 50 days, give or take 320. So you can put 320 in like your, focus level. If it starts to trade through that, then you can see that it really starts to, like, open into space on the downside. So there's, a lot of like big important areas that are worth keeping an eye on over like the next 24, 36, 48 hours as we kind of figure out what's going on here, right? Conversely, if we do bounce, if we do end up rallying, if the Qs do end up resetting above the 20-day, right? Well, we already have like a well-traveled range that tells us what to expect, right? Every time we've bounced off the 20-day, basically within a week, we've put in a new high. So if we rally, recover the 20-day, then what I'd be looking for is a continuation of the trend. And what does that mean? That means probably I'd be expecting like a new high, potentially within 7 sessions or something along those lines, right? Because that's basically what the pattern has dictated over like the previous 4 to 5 tests of the 20-day. So again, just it's a really kind of like critical, like, ongoing development right now with the Qs, and I think it's important because it's going to set up like our swing trades. Like, are we more bearish focused, right, or are we more bullish focused? Are we looking for like short-term moves to the downside, or are we looking for short-term move to the upside, right? So definitely worth monitoring. Keep an eye out, keep this on your radar, because I feel like we're at like a really critical point here. And like the next 10 to 15 points of the market could come quick depending on what happens. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information on swing trading with options, or more information on hedging with options, right? Please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options play. Hope you have a wonderful night. Stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.